Hello everybody, what's up?
Early life. Marcia Barrett was born on October 14, 1948, in Saint Catherine Parish, Jamaica. As a child, she experienced the rich musical culture of Jamaica but moved to Croydon, England in 1963 to join her mother. In England, she became exposed to a broader range of musical styles, from pop and soul to early reggae. Later, Marcia relocated to Germany, where she truly began her professional music career. Germany had a lively club scene, and Barrett quickly made a name for herself, performing live with various touring artists, including Karel, Gott and Gildo. Joining Boney M in the early 1970s, she signed a record deal with Metronome Records, releasing her first solo single, Could Be Love, 1971. However, her real breakthrough came when she joined Boney M in 1975, a group created by German producer Frank Farian. Although Farian was the mastermind behind Boney M's production, and even recorded the male vocals himself, it was Marcia Barrett, alongside Liz Mitchell, who provided the true vocal power behind the band. Barrett's voice, especially her alto harmonies, was essential to Boney M's distinct sound. She also took lead vocals on several tracks, notably Belfast, which became a #1 hit in Germany, and Ride to Agadir. Some of Boney M's biggest global hits, like Daddy Cool, Rivers of Babylon, Rasputin, and Ma Baker, featured Barrett's strong harmonies. Even if she wasn't always the face of the group, since Farian often emphasized dancing and lip-syncing in videos, her vocal contributions were irreplaceable. Life after Boney M. After Boney M officially disbanded around 1990, Marcia Barrett faced a series of personal challenges, especially multiple battles with cancer. She underwent several treatments but remained resilient, refusing to let illness define her. Despite these hardships, she continued her musical path. She released her first solo album, Survival, in 1999. Later, she released another album, Come Into My Life, in 2005. She founded her own label, Zoa Records, in 2009, aiming to have more creative control over her music. In 2018, Barrett published her deeply personal autobiography, Forward, My Life With and Without Boney M. It chronicles not only the glitz and glamour of disco stardom but also her private battles with health and identity. Personal life. Marcia Barrett lives in Berlin, Germany, with her husband, Marcus James, who has been a constant support throughout her health battles and career endeavors. Despite being less in the public eye now, she remains a respected figure in music and continues to perform on special occasions, often at charity events. Her story is one of resilience, talent, and perseverance, an inspiring reminder that behind the flashing lights of fame, there are often incredible personal journeys. Musical style and influence. Marcia Barrett brought a unique flavor to Boney M. Her voice was soulful, rich, and commanding, standing out even when layered among the band's heavy disco beats. While Boney M's image leaned towards upbeat party music, many of their songs had serious or historical themes, like Rasputin, Belfast, and El Lute, and Barrett's emotive delivery added real depth. Without her and Liz Mitchell's genuine Caribbean musical roots, Boney M would likely not have achieved the authentic reggae disco blend that made them internationally beloved. In fact, Barrett was instrumental in pushing Boney M toward a reggae-influenced sound. Songs like No Woman No Cry, their Bob Marley cover, really showcase this. Challenges within Boney M. Even during Boney M's peak success in the late 1970s and early 1980s, the group was not without inner tensions. Frank Farian tightly controlled the group's image and music. Marcia and Liz, who sang the majority of the vocals, sometimes received less public credit compared to the visual front members like Bobby Farrell. This was frustrating for Marcia, who valued true vocal performance over lip-sync spectacle. Barrett was known to stand up for herself and the other real vocalists, advocating for greater recognition. Later, legal disputes arose about the use of the Boney M name as different splinter groups formed after the original band's breakup. Health struggles. One of the most powerful parts of Marcia's story is her incredible fight against illness. In 1990, shortly after Boney M split, she was diagnosed with ovarian cancer. She overcame it after grueling surgery and chemotherapy, only for it to return several times over the next decade. Each time, she fought back with incredible resilience and refused to let her illness stop her from singing. Even during treatments, she would sometimes perform live, determined to stay connected to music. Her memoir, Forward, is a raw and uplifting account of these battles. She doesn't shy away from talking about the fear, the pain, but also the hope and strength she found through her husband Marcus and her faith. Legacy and impact. Today, Marcia Barrett isn't just remembered as a member of Boney M. She stands as a pioneer for Black women in European pop music. A survivor who used her voice not only to entertain but to inspire. A symbol of disco's global power, showing that Caribbean and African sounds could reshape the pop music of the world. Boney M has had lasting influence. Their songs are still played worldwide, sampled by major modern artists like Dr. Alban, Lady Gaga, Duck Sauce, and more. And they helped pave the way for the global popularity of dance and world music. Barrett's continued fight to own her voice, to create independently, and to live courageously, has become an example far beyond the music world. Fun facts about Marcia Barrett. Mike Sparkle's Belfast, which she sang lead on, is one of the very few pop hits at the time to address the Troubles in Northern Ireland. She's fluent in English and German. Marcia has performed for charity events benefiting cancer research, using her own survival story to bring hope to others. Despite her health struggles, she's recorded new music as recently as the 2010s, showing a true never give up spirit. Early ambitions. Before joining Boney M, Marcia Barrett had dreams of a solo career rooted in soul and pop. In Germany, in the early 70s, she performed live with Karel, Gott, a Czech pop legend, and opened for other major acts, developing a reputation for strong stage presence. She also worked as a studio backing singer, a big deal at the time for a Black female artist in Europe, proving her skill before fame hit. The creation of Boney M. When Frank Farian was looking for singers to front his studio project, which had started with his recording of Baby Do You Wanna Bump, Marcia was among the first real musicians he hired. Initially, Boney M was more of a studio.
Bye bye. Thanks for watching.